All right, so I'm at the parky, and I really wanted to record this because I feel like this is something I've been wanting to do for such a long time. Like, I needed to just tell my story about where I'm at. I feel like I'm just doing all the things, and it's like, girl, you need to tell people what you're doing. So, first of all, I wanted to start off by saying, like, I have worked in talent acquisition for a couple years. I started off in tech, moved to talent acquisition, did like talent sourcing, DE&I programs, and I ended up just realizing like that wasn't for me. I ended up leaving an organization, a tech company, because I was stressed, I was burnt out, I was overwhelmed, the whole nine, but I couldn't identify what actually I was going through because I never knew somebody around me who was like experienced that, or didn't know. Like, I later found out there was a lot of people who was dealing with that, but I feel like a lot of people was suffering silently. And for me, I was like, no, bitch, I'm fed up. Like, I need to go and I need to like leave. So I ended up leaving, not knowing where my next steps were going to be. I did not know. And one thing about it, I keep a check. So it was like, to not have no check was just crazy. But at the time, my fiance was just like, hey, like, you know, you got to do what you got to do for your mental health. So shout out to my bookie butt tea. But I will say that during that experience, I learned a lot about myself, and it allowed me to sit with myself and figure out my next steps. And I really wanted to get back into tech and really development. So I ended up finding this mainframe training program, and I will let y'all know that mainframe is a really old technology. It's like a legacy system, if you hear about that. But it's something foundational to a lot of businesses. Like, it runs like 80% of business like transactions across the world. So it's a really foundational technology, but I learned more about it and I ended up being really good at it. But I was in this training program and I ended up getting married in October of last year and ended up getting laid off from that program a week after my wedding. Actually, I was on my honeymoon. I was in Jamaica, y'all, for my honeymoon, and found out. And one thing I will say, like, if you won't cry anywhere, I'd rather cry on the beach. Because when I tell you I was crying, I was like, what am I going to do? Like, I did all of this work over the summer and it's just gone. And I've struggled with my spirituality like a lot. Everybody has their own personal journey, but I know for me, I really struggled with it. And I really had to pray. I was like, God, what we about to do? Like, I'm putting in the work, Miss Girl, and this just fell through. And one thing I will say is that God really showed me, like, pour into yourself. And from that, I ended up birthing my business, Chance Create, where I was able to still do like career strategy work with people, because that is something I'm passionate about. It's something I'm trained on. And that was just so cool to just see me go through that, because I would have never thought I would have had a business. Like, I always thought about it, but actually just saying let's just do it was one thing. And to all my entrepreneur girlies, y'all know that ain't easy. That's another hard. So it showed me a lot about what it takes to be an entrepreneur. And I will say, from that, I'm really thankful for that. Like, I'm really thankful for that experience. I still have my business, but now I'm focusing on rebranding, because your girl is in another mainframe training program like this summer, and it's hard because who want to do a training in the summer? So I'm doing the mainframe training program, and it's more intensive. It's a lot of blessings around it, and I could really talk about that whole experience of how I even found the program again. I was really going to write that off and just focus on my business, but you know, God had other plans, and I just said, let me just go for it and see what happens. So I'm kind of doing both. I'm doing, you know, going back and changing my career after 10 years of a career in talent acquisition, basically. And now I'm moving into development and having my own business. So it can be done. You can start over. Like, it's hard. It ain't easy. It ain't easy, but you can do it. Like, if that's something that you want to do, like, just try. All you got to do is move. When I tell you, you move, and I know from my own testimony that God will move things as long as you just turn in the direction, you'll start seeing the road more clearer. So I don't know why I have to say this, but I just feel like somebody is struggling with, like, what do I do next? And it's like, just start doing something. It don't even got to be a lot of thought to it. I'm a perfectionist down, and that's part of the reason why I probably had to, like, step out of my box and, like, start letting things get messy. But once I did, it's up. It's up. It's up. It's up. And if it's up, it's stuck. So I'm excited, y'all. But I'm just telling you, like, keep pushing. Don't stop. Keep going. Like, life ain't done yet. The chapters still need to be rolled. Your life is still unwritten. Shout out to Natasha Benningfield, okay? Because that is a word. If you need to listen to that song just to get up in the morning, do what you got to do, because that is a testimony right there. Listen, that is the words. The words are powerful. So that's all I had to say. But keep going. Keep doing what you got to do. And I promise everything's going to be fine, y'all. It's going to be just fine. I know stuff out here is critical. It's critical out here, but make sure you're able to do what you need to do to be able to keep going forward. So that's all. I love y'all down, and keep going, y'all, because we got things to do. And that's all, period.